So recently I came across this channel that I saw that other YouTubers were reacting to, and I kind of really wanted to react to something about this channel. People like Steph, Chase, and Cody have reacted to these videos, and I'm sure there has been other people. I didn't look that deep into it, but I figured I could find something about transgender people on there, and guess what? I did. The channel consists of like 2 white religious girls or something, which is totally fine, but not when you watch their videos. So I wanted to watch this one today. It says, is gender a personal choice? Let's watch this video together and see what they actually have to say about gender. Are you ready? Because I don't know if you're ready. You might get mad, you might get steaming mad, I don't know.
Hey girls, it's Kristen and Bethany here with Girl Defined Ministries. And
first of all, don't misgender me, you illiterate piece of shit. Wow, I can't even say illiterate.
Today we're going to be talking about just a really light, mild topic. We're going to be talking about the topic of gender. In today's video, we're going to ask the question.
A light, mild topic. I mean, is it? Is it?
In today's video, we're going to ask the question, is gender a personal choice?
Is gender a personal choice? I didn't know that when you were born, you actually chose to be that gender. Like when you were a fetus, you know, you went through the process of choosing to be a girl or a boy.
So several months ago, I was talking to a little girl. She was only maybe 9 or 10 years old. This little girl grew up in a Christian church, a Christian home. She came from a solid upbringing, but because of the questions and pressures that culture was placing on her, she was having to ask some really big questions. So I remember her big eyes looking up at me, and she was asking me about the topic of gender, homosexuality, transgender, all these big topics. And she was asking, is gender a personal choice? Should someone for themselves be able to say, well, I feel this way. I feel, if I'm a girl, but I feel like a boy, can I choose to be a boy? And she was asking me in depth all of these different questions. And so I was talking to her about it, and I was saying, explaining to her what the Bible said, and as Christians, what our perspective should be. And she was kind of telling me, I'm just not sure if I really believe that, because if these people feel this way, this really should be their personal choice.
So was the little girl saying that people can do whatever they want? That's kind of what I'm getting. If I'm wrong, correct me, but I think that's what the little girl was trying to say, which is really brilliant of her to say that.
And so I just remember hearing her talk about that and realizing, wow, we as Christians need to answer this question, is gender a personal choice? Because this is something we're facing today in our very own cities right now.
The transgenders are happening in our city.
So if you're saying, yeah, I believe gender is a personal choice, I can become a guy, I can become a girl, I can go back and forth, I can do whatever feels good in the moment, well then your authority is based on your feelings. Or maybe your authority is based on the culture. So whatever the cultural flow is, the culture says, yeah, it's totally okay to change your gender. It's totally okay to redefine your gender according to what you feel like. Then you might say, yeah, that's my authority source. And so sure, I believe that's okay. That sounds good to me.
People don't transition because it's culturally acceptable. They transition because they feel they need to, not because of your feelings, not because of society's feelings, not because it's a cultural thing. What?
But as Christians, we have to understand that we can't just go based on our feelings. We can't base our entire understanding and worldview on such a serious, big topic like gender based. We can't do that based on our feelings or based on what the culture's doing.
So you can't have feelings about what's happening in the world. If you have feelings about what's happening in the world, you're just trash. Just get off of the video. Exit this, please.
Before he had anything, he basically had a blank slate. So if you imagine a blank chalkboard slate, he was going to basically chalk on there whatever he wanted to. He was going to create whatever he wanted to. He could have created 2 guys, 2 girls. He could have even created genderless human beings.
Yeah, anything. And he did.
In Genesis 2, we see that God created a male and a female, 2 distinct genders.
A male and a female. Okay, but newsflash, trans men and trans women are male and females. I don't understand why people do get confused about, like, trans is a third gender. If you're a trans man or a trans woman, that's not a third gender. It's just, oh my.
Very clear on this issue. It's not as confusing as the culture's making it seem. It's very clear. One man, one woman. We need to embrace the gender that God gave us and not let our feelings determine where we're gonna go.
What culture are they talking about? Am I lost? What culture influenced people to be transgender? I'd like to know. Was it American culture, white people's culture, Russian culture? I don't know. These are the answers that I need to know.
Yeah, exactly. And another great point I want to add on to that is that before any of us were born, we have to remember the big picture that God is God and we are not.
Well, newsflash, Carol. I'm actually God. I said it.
He has a plan for our lives. And so if you're a woman, God designed you. The creator of the universe loves you so much that he handcrafted you to be a woman so that you can honor and glorify him as a woman. So when we understand our God-defined genders as a male and female, and we embrace those and live those out, that is where we're going to find true fulfillment in our gender and in our lives as humans, because we're embracing and living out who God, the God of the universe, created us to be.
So, whatever you are born as, you're gonna have true fulfillment. I was definitely fulfilled living my first 16 years as a female. Along with that came like depression and anxiety and just like suicidal things. But it was so great. It was just so great. Like, I totally enjoyed living the way that I did. I really did. I really missed depression. Maybe I should switch back because it should have fulfilled me. Maybe I'm just crazy or something. I don't know.
It's not a personal choice. It's something that God decides for us. And if we are willing to embrace it, embrace the gender that He gave us, and really live it out according to His word and His design for womanhood and manhood, ultimately, that's where we will find the most satisfaction, the most peace, the most joy, which is really, honestly, what we're all searching for.
That doesn't even make sense, because let's say you're religious, right? And you go by the Bible and stuff, and you happen to be trans, or you happen to be gay or something. Even if you live this way and you're trying to fight being trans, you're never gonna find fulfillment in who you are as a person if you're transgender until you transition. Like, that's just how it works. You're not gonna find fulfillment if you're living uncomfortably that way.
We know it creates a lot of questions, and so we'd love to dialogue with you down below in the comments.
It does create a lot of questions. First of all, how dare you? Let's read a couple of the comments. Gender isn't a choice. Transgender people don't choose to be transgender. Oh my god, rocket science. So, I must live through life miserable and uncomfortable in my own body because it was what God wanted for me? What do you say to suicidal teens struggling with their identities? Sincerely, hope to get the answers and advice on this. So my final thoughts on this are, they are very extreme. They're really extreme in the way that they believe certain things. Pretty much what I got from this video is, put your feelings aside, because that doesn't matter. Just absolutely just don't have feelings about anything. You cannot let the culture change your gender identity. Stop letting the culture, whatever one it is, I don't know, don't let it influence your choice in gender, because it's a choice. If you want me to be original and find other channels to react to that have stuff similar to this, I would gladly do that. Just let me know. Or if you want me to look at more of their videos, or if you want me to react to something else. I really like reacting to things because it's really, really fun. I don't know why, it's just really, really fun to me. If you guys did like that video, make sure to leave a comment and leave me a like and tell me what you thought about this video. But yeah, I love you guys, and I will see you on Sunday. Peace.